There are 31 nights till Halloween, which means these are the 31 nights to watch horror films. This is 31 Nights of Halloween.
X and Pearl are on the list because, first off, they're really good horror films. But I decided to put them both together because they're in the same series. I didn't want to just say the X series because Pearl's a different title. And Pearl's the prequel to X. But basically, these two movies are fantastic. Pearl's a little bit better because it's the origin story of Pearl, who in X is the old lady that lives in this farmhouse. It's a really, really good horror film. And how good is it? So good that they decided to make a prequel the same year the first one came out. X came out in 2022 and Pearl came out the same year. That's how good it is. And I don't think it was intentional. I did not look into it, but very, very good. And I like both of these movies very much. I happen to like X as much as Pearl, but I know there are people out there that like Pearl more than X. So what's X about? Well, these group of dreamers that want to make it big and they think they deserve more out of life. And especially one of them, Maxine, she wants nothing but fame. That's her goal. Maxine is played by Mia Goth, who also plays Pearl, the older lady in X, which later she plays the young Pearl in Pearl. So in X, these people decide to make a porno, but a porno nobody's seen before with a story, which, you know, that was in the 70s. There were all these porns with stories in there, and people would go to these theaters to watch them, like Paul Rubens. But nonetheless, they decide they're the ones that are gonna make a great porno movie. So these 6 degenerates decide to go and rent out this house at this farm for a few days to film the movie. But the only thing is that the people that own the farm are off their rocker, and especially the woman. So she decides to stalk them, and she goes and she watches them, and she starts getting sexually aroused. And then she wants to have sex with her husband, but her husband tells him, you know, I can't get it up anymore. So this just frustrates Pearl, and she becomes psychotic. And so she tries to have sex with another one of the degenerates or filmmakers that's decided to leave because he got cucked. And since he doesn't want to have sex with an 80-year-old woman, she decides to murder him and goes on a killing spree. And that leads us up to the ending and the prequel. And the prequel is all about young Pearl. And young Pearl has the same ambitions and dreams as Maxine. When she was younger, she wants to get out of this town. She has a terrible life. And Pearl already shows signs that she's already like disturbed in her brain. She bathes in front of her father, who's like a paralyzed and a mute baby. He can't speak, he's paralyzed. I forgot what they say he actually has, or if they do, I don't remember. But he just doesn't move, he's in this wheelchair. And he could look and see, but he can't speak or talk. And she bathes in front of him like nothing. She kind of abuses him as well on top of that. She kills farm animals. She has sex with the scarecrow. So she's out there, but she wants fame and fortune. She wants to get out of this town. She wants to be done with this. She kind of feels like she deserves better than what she has, and she deserves better than her mother. And her mother resents her for it because her mother knows that that's what she feels. That Pearl thinks she deserves better, and her mother kind of resents her for it. And it ends up with a mental breakdown. And her only shot to get out is this talent show, and she thinks she's gonna do it, she's gonna make it, and it doesn't so happen. And that's how Pearl's origins began. I would like to see another Pearl film. I'm not sure if they're gonna do another one, which they should. I love these two films. They're very good movies. If you should watch both of them. I don't think you should watch one. I want to see, I haven't done this yet, but I would like to watch Pearl first and then X. I've always watched X first and then Pearl, but I'd love to see the vice versa way. I believe they are doing a third movie, but it's called Maxine with 3 X's. And the only problem with that is that Pearl is so interesting, and I know they did what they did in the films, but I wish we could get more Pearl. But hey, you never know. But let's see if Maxine turns into Pearl. And if she finally gets the fame and the fortune that both her and Pearl wanted, if it actually works for her or not. Anyway, I like these two films. I think you should definitely check them out if you haven't. They're definitely worth your watch. X also stars the lovely Jenna Ortega that everyone's going crazy about. And she plays like the boom mic operator, which is hilarious because the boom mic is kind of heavy for this little tiny girl. So yes, that's X and Pearl. Definitely check it out. I love these two films. I think they're great horror films. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.